Right, so today I've got the saddest looking, cheapest can of chicken soup that you've ever seen in your life. This was 59 British pence from our lovely folks at Aldi, under their own brand name of Bramwell's. So my challenge for today is can I turn this rather uninspiring can of chicken soup into something actually worth eating? And there's no recipe for this, I haven't done this before, and I haven't gone out and bought any extra ingredients. I'm using purely what I've got at home, in the cupboards, in the fridge, in the freezer. So this could turn out to be actually amazing, or a complete disaster. Now, starting with the soup, right? Let's be brutally honest here, right? It's not gonna have a lot of chicken in it, is it, right? What we're looking at here, water, chicken, 3%.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Yeah, that's not a lot, but it's somewhere to start, okay? Because what this is gonna have in it is a nice chicken flavour, we hope, creaminess, saltiness, fattiness, okay? So we can build something around this tin of soup. Because what I tend to do, right, is if I'm rooting around the cupboards, rooting around the fridge, freezer, and seeing what I've got, I'll centre a dish around one single ingredient, okay? And in this case, it's the chicken soup. So we're starting with that, that's our base, and we're gonna build around it. So let's see what else I've got. Now, first thing is I've got some fresh parsley here and some fresh thyme, which I had in the garden. Again, so I didn't have to go out and buy anything else, but use what you've got in your cupboards. If you haven't got any fresh herbs, see what you've got lying around in the cupboards. You know, use some dried if you have to. Now, I have already got a kind of idea of what I want to do. I want to do like a pasta-y, kind of cheap risotto type thing. So I know I've got some soffritto in here, which I've already made. And all this was I had some carrot, onion and celery that was on the turn a little bit. So I diced it up, blanched it for a minute, cooled it down, patted it dry, and whacked it into a freezer bag. Already made, ready to go, soffritto. Get my trusty old pan onto the hob. So I'm gonna start this with the base, a soffritto, right? So I'm gonna add some olive oil to this pan. If you haven't got olive oil, use rapeseed, which is cheaper, or just some sunflower or veg oil. I'm gonna add some of that in because I've got it. Then I'll get that onto a 4, I think, just to get that heated up. Okay, and I'm gonna add some of my soffritto mix. Now, if you haven't got any frozen soffritto, you know, just sort of dice up, I'd say like 1 small carrot, 1 small onion, and probably 2 small sticks of celery. So that's gonna start doing its thing. It's gonna start heating up and start to sweat down. But what I'm gonna do now is kind of gather everything else up that I think I'm gonna use in this dish. I've got some bits and bobs lying around in this, in my little trolley. Got some chilli there, I'm not gonna use that. But I've got some garlic, I will use that. Some lemon, definitely gonna use that. And I'm pretty sure in here, yes I have, I've got some of that Italian hard cheese. Not entirely sure what that is, looks like a leaf of some sort. And I'm gonna bulk this out with some pasta as well, and I know that in here, yes, I've got some orzo, and the soffritto's doing its thing here. It's starting to break up and sweat down. So I'm gonna leave these to kind of cook out for about 10-15 minutes, I think, because I want to extract as much flavour, you know, sweetness, all that kind of stuff from these veggies. So I'll leave them to do its thing. And I think I'm gonna get a chicken stock cube. I don't know if I'm gonna use this yet, but I'll get it out just in case. And that's why I would say, like, stock your cupboards with herbs and spices, right? Because that's going to really make the difference between something tasty and something boring and crap. Now I've got all sorts in here. I've got oregano, garlic granules, I've got some tarragon, paprika, all sorts of stuff in there. Yes, it's badly organised, but I know where everything is. Right, so I've gone on my little kitchen raid around my cupboards and freezer and fridge and what have you. So let's see where we're at so far, okay? I've got my herbs there, my parsley, which is going to add freshness. The chicken soup, which is savoury, salty, creamy, fatty. Got some cheese there, which is also salty, going to add a different flavour. And our lemon, which will add acid and a bit of brightness. Not forgetting our soffritto here, which is just ticking away. That will add sweetness. This is the kind of mindset of a cook, right? Especially when you're doing stuff on the fly. It's building layers of flavour. And it's also about what taste buds crave. If you break it down to its elemental parts, food is delicious because it has salt, fat, acid and sweetness, which is what we've got here. So there's no reason why this shouldn't be bloody delicious. We hope. Now, I've come across my first issue, right? I don't know if you can see this. Let's get you focused in there. Can you see how spongy that garlic is? Right, that is off. I can't use that, that's gone. Because trust me when I say, when garlic's kind of off like that, it'll have like a musty smell to it. You put that in your dish, it'll ruin the entire thing. But remember what I said earlier, right? Doesn't matter, does it? If I want some garlic, I've got some dried. It's not as good as a fresh, but it will do in a pinch. We're all trying to survive out here and make do. And it's just started to hail like mad, and I've left my washing out. Brilliant. Another little tip for you is your cheese rinds. Don't throw them away. I'm just going to take a knife and just cut it off. There's plenty of flavour in there, so you can either stick your cheese rinds in a freezer bag, stick them in the freezer, use them as is, but I'm going to pop this in our our kind of dish today, to add that bit of extra oomph. The lemon, I'm going to zest that, and I'm also going to slice some wedges off this lemon. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but we'll get 2 nice big pieces like that. I think that'll be fine. I think I should probably weigh out and see how much orzo I need. All right, let's get my scales on. Pop a bowl on there, kind of zero this out. I don't know how much I need, okay? Again, I'm just kind of winging this. So I hope you guys appreciate how much work goes into developing my recipes. And these videos, right, they take time and effort. But I'm just going to kind of have to guesstimate here. I'm going to go with 200 grams, kind of round it off to that. Okay, and I'm also going to bunch up my parsley and get that chopped up as well. I'm not going to be too fussy with it. The soffritto is breaking down nicely, so I'm going to go in with the orzo, I think. And obviously that orzo is going to swell up, okay, to probably double its size. Now I've got my chicken stock pot here. I don't know if I'm going to add that yet. I think that kind of depends on the taste of the soup, how much flavour that's got. So I'm going to open that up. So I'm going to give it a quick taste. It's got a nice creamy taste. There is some nice chicken flavour in there, but I think it could do with some help, I think. Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to add a bit of garlic in there. Go on. Sprinkle a bit of that in. I'd say if you're using fresh, I'd say about 2 cloves, 2 small cloves. And I think I'm going to add about half of this stock pot, okay, because it's quite salty, that soup. And this is going to be salty as well, so not too much. I'll use that other half for something else. That cheese rind from earlier, I'm going to wedge that in. I think I'll add the lemon zest as well. And then I'm going to pick off the thyme leaves. I'm going to add some of those in. And I'm going to add just a touch of water. I know we're adding the chicken soup, but I think it will need a bit of extra water just to kind of thin everything out, because that starch in that pasta is going to thicken everything up. Next, I'm going to wedge in the soup. A good few twists of pepper, because I love pepper in everything. And I think I'll mix that all together. Let's pop that on there. And I'm going to bring that to a gentle simmer, and I'll probably give that, I'd say about 10 minutes or so. The orzo is not going to take long to cook at all, I don't think. And then my hunch tells me that's going to go really thick, but I can always add a little bit of water to kind of thin it out. So yeah, come back in a second and we'll see where we're at.
2 very boring minutes later.
So it's been around about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. So let's see where we're at. Now, obviously I expected this to kind of thicken up. That orzo has soaked up all the liquid and kind of swollen up to double its size. That's kind of like a risotto consistency. So I'm just going to give it a quick taste. That is actually really good. It does need some help. I'm going to fish out that cheese rind now, because that's kind of done its thing. It does need some lemon just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to add the whole lot in, I think. Some of that parsley. I'm going to add some of that in for freshness. And I'm going to grate in a load of that Italian hard cheese as well, just for an extra bit of creaminess, oomph. And well, it's cheese. What's not to love? It definitely doesn't need any salt. I'm going to serve this up into a nice deep bowl. Add some more cheese, into a little bit of extra greenage. And out of a cheap 59p can of chicken soup, I sort of made like a cheap risotto really. But how does it taste? That's bloody marvellous, that. That little bit of lemon just kind of really helps it along. Sometimes all you need is that little bit of acid. Stops it being a bit too heavy, a bit too cloying. But the fact we started off with what? A 59p tin of soup, and we ended up with this, pretty damn good. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you kind of apply a bit of knowledge, a bit of skill, a bit of technique, you can rummage through your kitchen cupboards, your freezer, your fridge, see what you've got and make it up as you go along. Then you end up with something delicious like this. But anyway, I shall love and leave you. Let you, the weather's doing some strange stuff today. It's hailing again. There's absolutely no point in me bringing that washing in whatsoever. But anyway, I shall see your gorgeous faces next time. Ta-ra for now.